and most of those chants are gibberish. They mean nothing. The falling evil, which is epilepsy, you would oftentimes have to prick your little finger, drip blood, and you wrote these charms, again, gibberish, and you had to hang it around your neck, and the full moon. So you see them, but they're interspersed with these other sorts of more common, let's just mix something up and rub it on something. So it's all kind of, they would have never called it that. To them, it was, in a sense, just another form of spirituality, another way to call up the forces of God to help in healing.
Just one more. Has anyone ever checked some of these?
Yes.
And for example, I mean, it's obvious with fat on your feet, besides moisturizing your feet, everybody gets better in 7 days. So, but we know that some of the other ones are coming back. Turmeric, for example, is in fact one of the remedies recommended for body aches and backs, bad backs, and stuff like that. So personal experience would have indicated.
Yeah.
But those other ones are ones that I mean, unless you have the right drug, I don't think there is a way of taking care of the bad bugs, right? Except print.
Henry VIII was some people call him a hypochondriac, and others will claim that he did suffer from many problems. But he was well known for mixing his own remedies. There are a group of scholars in England have started to try to figure out more about Henry VIII's body to try to once and for all dispel the fact that he died from syphilis. He did not. And some other things. And so they found some of his own personal remedies, and they're starting to mix them to see if they have any sort of thing. There's nothing back yet that I know of. And at the Wellcome Center in London, they've tried some of them. And just like anything, some of them will work a little bit. They'll give you some relief. And I think that's another big key that we have to keep over all of this. A lot of this was just to give relief.
But today, though,
it's to give relief.
Yeah, today, we all use those over-the-counter drugs for colds. I mean, we're not curing them.
We're just alleviating the pain and all of that.
Yeah.
Some of the contemporary stuff is talking too about how we've become culturally conditioned, especially in this country, to the idea that we should not hurt.
That's right.
And that's very different from back then when hurting was just part of the game.
Oh yes, and to be able to endure pain was a testament to how spiritual you were. And they endured a lot. Worms in the teeth, this still is one of my favorite maladies because everybody suffered from it, and apparently it had to have been painful, but they lived on in this sort of, so they were desperate for anything. And I think it's the same way today, that we're desperate for our bodies not to bother us. We don't want to know that they're there, we just want them to do what it is we need them to do. It's all very interesting. Thank you all for coming.